Hello buddy, it's vanburman here, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Melancholy Republic. Now this is a game I've been following for a few months now. It was originally kickstarted and I wasn't aware of it at that point. As you know, I have a bit of a soft spot for games that use or are made in RPG Maker. This one is no exception, just to get that straight off the bat. It's been released today, which is Friday the 13th of April. A little bit unfortunate for them, I suppose, if you're superstitious. But it was originally touted for the 11th of April release. One of the things the developer had a bit of an oversight with was the fact that obviously Steam needs to get, as soon as you say, yeah, I want to release it, it takes them a day or two just to get everything sorted their end, for it to be ready to be released, all that sort of stuff. So, you know, that's more of a developer-y thing that they have to contend with, but no, I'm quite excited to see it. From the first moment that I saw it, a lot of the praise I'd seen regarding it, especially in terms of people's like first initial reaction to it, the trailer and whatnot, was the soundtrack and the musical score. As you can probably hear it in the background, it's going off, it's quite nice. I presume we'll get quite a lot of that throughout the game. So this video now is literally just a first impressions. I'm going to play through the first 15 minutes, see how it goes. I'm not being paid to do this video, I didn't get sent a Steam code, bought it with my own money, so yeah, I don't really have any reason to be biased one way or the other. It is quite a story-driven cinematic game that they're going for. That's what they put anyway, so I'm not going to read this stuff. I've already read this first little bit, so yeah, if you want to read it, go ahead. My voice is still a bit croaky. I've not been up too long, which is not great. But anyway, so we'll see how this progresses. So at the minute it's released for £6.99 in the UK on the Steam store, and it's also based off a novel as well. So, don't know anything about the novel at all. So, we'll see how it goes. Ooh, it has no publisher, just the developer, which is Cloudrunner Studios. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. To be fair, that's a pretty nice looking castle, I must say. Very high fantasy setting, so we'll see. We shall see. I've got my keyboard in front of me, so I think we'll probably be using that. I don't know if there's any controller settings or whatnot, so yeah. I might want it to be too presumptuous. Okay. So I could read the blurb off the Steam store, but instead I quite like the story or the game to explain to us what's going on. Republic of Pigs and Murderers. That doesn't sound all that brilliant. Anyway, let's see how it goes. So the city of Valorna is obviously, presumably, where we're walking through right now, with this nice transitional, well, what do you call it? Starting credits, I guess. One thing I always tend to do when I analyse games like this is I always try to look to see if see how the assets, see whether I recognise the assets or not. A lot of screen tearing going on there. That's a bit bizarre. But yeah, some of the artwork in this so far already is absolutely beautiful. I think that's incredible. I realise many of you might look at that and think, what are you talking about? But I suppose you sort of perhaps have to be into that type of art style to appreciate it. But yeah, I think it looks incredible. Really, like, reminds me of proper good PS1 RPGs. It's not to your liking. Well, it must be. You got a blooming balcony, for goodness sake. There's a lot of wind as well, but I suppose it's only net curtains, so... So Cyrus is the butler, I'm guessing. So I'm not sure what I'd feel as though anything I would be explaining now is only because I know because I've read the Steam store page. So... Anyway, we shall see. I'm stuck for words to say, I suppose, doing this as a first impression, because I'm just trying to read what's going on. So, I'm interested to see what elements there are in terms of the gameplay as well. And, I mean, it's obviously going to be a narrative-driven experience for sure. Okay, so her father was killed by an assassin. It's the start of a revolution. So, anyway, yes, it seems very, very classic story, in terms of the almost revenge plot, it seems. He seems very morally conflicted. Oh, I thought he was going to stay. But, no, looks like he's going as well. He'll probably come back at some point, you know how this goes. I'm not going to get you involved in this, but instead I'm going to let you pick someone else who's going to have to be involved in this. Okay, fair enough. I would have thought that she probably knows the ceremony, but the armoured princess. The senator, please ensure you do not refer to her as a princess. So as I would expect, and I guess probably not the best for an ideal first impression, that especially the first part of the game is going to be quite heavily, even more so heavily narratively driven, purely because you need to set the foundations down, really. Okay. So I'm starting to see that there's a bit of a struggle here. It's weird because I suppose the juxtaposition is that people would usually, I suppose, prefer a republic to a monarchy. And then, whereas in this case it's a little bit flipped because the people don't seem to resent the republic and instead sort of wish for the for the monarchy to be in power, which is possibly more due to circumstance than anything, but it's an interesting concept. Slay monsters and protect the poor, fight evil. If I became a knight, would it make you sad? Oh, okay. So I'm not aware that there is any combat or anything in the game for a start. Yeah, I think it's more political intrigue as opposed to, actual sort of like, ATBs or turn-based system or whatever. So, so mother's not around either. Goodness. These main characters always have it tough, don't they? So this is her, or her father's estate, I suppose. Or her estate. Interesting so far. I'm usually quite drawn to these sort of storylines, so there you go. Having to sleep in my father's bed, to stay in my father's house, carry on his work. Surprised he's only got one bed. But anyway, this is my bed, my house, my work. Alright, okay, so I have control. I don't know how long I've been recording for. Oh, nearly 13 minutes. So yeah, the plan was only to do this for about 15 minutes or so, just to give you guys a taste of the soundtrack, a little bit of the opening story, just to see the visuals, that sort of stuff. Everything runs perfectly well, as you would expect. I mean, the RPG Maker engine is not the most demanding. Okay, I've lost control now. So it's a very slow-paced game. I feel like it's definitely something I want to continue playing, and I will do. But I feel like it's something that I more need to do a recap video on or a review on, and go through it that way. For sure, this game is not going to be for everybody. You definitely have to be into this style of game, this style of narrative, and I don't know, I'm going to feel as though this gets lost a lot in modern games that we... Should I read the history? Well, I'll do it later, only because I want to see if we can get a few more interesting bits in this last couple of minutes. Probably not. Very, well, as the title would suggest, quite melancholy. So there is a chest there. I wonder if there's any items in it. That's like literally the first thing you think of, isn't it, when you play an RPG? Chest, quick, open. I must have overslept. Most of Lord's entries can be found around the city. Okay, cool. Okay, it'd be interesting to see if that plays a part in the overall development of the story. If I just totally neglect learning about her history, her characters, helping people out, helping her develop as a character. If I miss out all that, does that then make a fundamental difference? I'd like to think it does, because, that way it actually gives you a purpose to doing it. So this is a really nicely put together estate, I suppose you'd call it. I mean, just look at it, it's very elaborate. None of this stuff I really noticed before. Like usually, when you spend a good amount of time using an engine, like especially if you like browse Unity store, for example, and a lot of people use Unity assets, that sort of stuff, you sort of do tend to pick up where it has been. There is the I swear that on that family tree there's like the Mona Lisa there like 4 times. Got no issue with it. Just looks interesting. Oh, encyclopedias in a box. Do we have an inventory or? Oh, we do. Okay. So what does it give you then? Forrest been murdered. No, elected senator of the Dala region within our capitalistic. So yeah, for sure, this is not going to have a combat system. I think hopefully what this section down here will do is sort of obviously just give you an update as to where you are in the story and what is sort of going on with it. So anyway, we're coming up to that time, or we're past that time anyway. So I'm going to leave it there. Hope you've all enjoyed it so far. It have been a bit quiet throughout. Sort of didn't really know how to approach this as a first impressions video. But like I say, it is something I definitely want to play through, and it's something that I will give a well, it will most likely be. I think it will have to be a review. So it'll have to be sort of, after I've completed it, or while I'm a good way through the story, and I definitely know my feelings on certain aspects and got to know the story and that sort of stuff. So yeah. Anyway. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you want to go check it out, the link to the Steam page will be in the description. And yeah, if you guys have been playing it, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all very soon. Goodbye for now.